Hello, everybody, and welcome to Season 3, Episode 2 of Shooting It Straight with Donnie C. I am Donnie C with my voice. Yes, I've got my voice back. Dave is happy. The audience is happy. My wife and kids, not so much. How are you, Dave?
I'm good. I liked it last week when you came in with the hi.
I know puberty has set in. I have a hairy chest now. Things happened. I grew hair. I grew in other things. It was a very very different stage of life. It was puberty, and I didn't know what to expect. And I read a book, and now here we are. My voice is a lot deeper, and we're good to go. But thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. Like I said, I am Donnie C, and with me is my good friend Dave. And what this is basically me and Dave have a good time talking, having a conversation, going back and forth. And we talk about current events. We talk about this, that, the other, what happens in our days, what happens in our lives. We do fun segments. This one is Who Wants to Be a Smartass today. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Last week, we played a game, and I have to say I didn't do very good on the countdown last week. Nope. So if you missed that, you should go back and watch that one, because that was a horrific show for me, but it is what it is.
And notoriously on this segment, you don't do that well either.
Right.
I have dumbed down the questions a little bit. It might be a little too easy for you, but I don't know. We'll see.
If not, and I need help, I do have help. We got a friend of mine, Oscar. He's with us today, so he's going to help me in hopefully getting to the end. That would be nice. Win the prize. Also, we answer your questions. And how do we get your questions? Well, it's very simple. You send your questions into shootingitstraightwdc@gmail.com. What happens to my good friend Dave gets your emails. He does not share them with me. It's top secret information. If this was the government, it'd be like what the drones are actually doing. It's very top secret. And then what happens is while we're recording live or doing a live show, Dave asks me and I hear it for the first time, and I have zero idea of where it's going or how I'm going to answer, and then it just happens, and you're here with us for the ride. Also, Dave, we're going to be doing a live show soon.
Yes, we really should start talking about that.
We should start talking about it. We have not. My life has been a little busy in the last couple days and weeks, and I haven't had a chance to really buckle it down with you.
That's the last time you go to Europe, buddy. Since you've been back, man, it's all been work. Come on.
It's been work. It's been terrible. So we're going to be doing a live show, though, on Tuesday. So hopefully next Tuesday, I believe, right?
28th?
The 28th, I believe. We're going to do that, and then we'll go from there. 2 weeks. Okay, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I don't even know what day it is. Yeah, in about 2 weeks, we'll be doing a live show. So make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell for notifications. When you see when we're going live, you get the notifications. And also, check us out on our socials and have a good time with that. We've got a lot of socials up there. If you check it out in the descriptions, they're all in there so you can see them all, and then we'll be good to go for that. All right, well, I guess without further ado, let's go to the shooting range.
Let's do it. All right.
Now, Dave.
Yes.
Before we even get into the questions, now, obviously, we want more questions, so send your questions in. But the music, I got to be honest, I'm digging the jazzy. Every time it plays, we're bopping around. I get to see this on camera, but me and you are just having a good time with it. I hope you guys are having a good time with it, too. It makes your head bop. I don't know why. It just does.
It's different, and it the more you play it, it's catchy. So
I like it. I have a good time with it. I'm glad I found that song. I don't know
not that what we used to have wasn't as good. It's just got to change.
It's entertaining.
Different season.
I love watching the movements. We're dancing. All right, so you got 2 questions from my buddy Anthony.
From Anthony, yeah, he
tax
said one.
Season's coming also, so Garzone Tax, go check it out. Tax season's amongst us. I know I'm using them, and then our guest Oscar, he's got a question for me also. So we'll talk to him and see if come out and ask me himself.
Yep. All right, so he directed one question towards you and one towards me, in typical Anthony fashion.
But here's my thing. How come you get to know your question ahead of time?
I'm the one that gets the emails. It's not like it's an easy. I don't have to put that much thought into it. So basically, if he asked me this question on the spot, I would have had the answer. So it's
okay.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody that knows me has any more questions for Dave, and you want to text them to me, you can do that too, and I'll ask him while we're recording. That'll be a sidebar. If you have my number and you're one of the elite, you get to ask Dave some questions too.
Oh boy! All right, so I had to truncate the actual question that I'm going to pull up, but because he wrote, it's a long one.
Okay.
So bear with me.
Hey, that's what she said.
Are you ready?
As hell ever be.
Okay, so as we all hear, Don throws a lot of shade at pro athletes' salaries. With his son excelling at soccer with a goal to play pro one day, will he be a hypocrite if the time comes and tell his son to take less? What's on the internet never dies. Could his trash talk maybe work against in negotiations one day if he makes it?
Well, hopefully he covers me when I retire. No, here's how it works. I mean, honestly, it doesn't change my theory on it.
Right.
I think if my son plays professional, which you never know, could happen. I mean, the fact that he got to play soccer and train with Real Madrid, it's huge and shows that he has a lot of potential. He's 14, so there's still a lot of years for growth and or misdirection. So we're still figuring it all out. If he was to go pro, though, I am okay with having a set salary, and depending on if he's defense, if he gets more tackles or intercepts the ball or whatever the case may be, so be it. If he's on offense and he gets goals or what, I am okay with that because I think that's how sports should be played and paid.
I knew that's where you were going to go. That incentive basis thing, getting a base salary if he excels at goal scoring, defense, whatever, that it prorated at that. Yes.
Correct. If my son is that good at the sport, then he will get that money anyway. And if he's not, he will have an okay living, still taken care of, still having a good living of playing soccer.
Right.
And has the potential to get better and more money. You want more money, son? Practice more.
Yeah.
Play harder.
Yeah.
It's no different for my kids as it is for everybody else. I think you know that. It is what it is. Would I love him to be a stupid billionaire because sports is just dumb and they pay him ridiculous? Then yeah, by all means, if that's the way it's going, I'm not going to tell him to take less.
Right.
But do I still believe that it should be set across the board? 100%.
You're like, go get yourself some. Everybody else is doing it. Let's do it.
Go get it. The only one slowing you down or stopping you is you.
Right. And that's the thing. Like when my daughter with bowling, they don't get the professional bowlers. They don't get contracts. They have to win tournaments. So you got to put the work in. You want that money. You got it. And obviously they don't make as much money as all these other other places.
About bowlers don't make as much as a multi-million-dollar baseball contract.
No, I think Ohtani's contract, a professional for like a year, if they're really good, might make one day's worth.
Yeah,
for the whole season.
One game's worth. You know why? Yeah. They don't have the right people backing it, getting the sponsorship.
Yeah, but it's not as exciting either. Watching bowling.
But either it's more exciting than golf.
True, that's true. Yeah, Sunday's nap time with golf. Yeah,
right. So it's marketing. So my question to you is, what's the okay, and this is my ignorance in bowling.
Yeah, good.
What's the company that does the best, is the name that you want to play for or with? Or
whatever. You mean rep? It would be Storm, Hammer, Roto Grip.
Here's what they need.
Right.
You want to get your hands on our balls.
You got to get a sponsor. Yeah.
That's the slogan. You want to get your hands on our balls.
Right.
Then more people might bowl.
Right.
Listen, any of you guys out there, Hammer or whatever you said, those other guys and everything else, I just like Hammer.
Yeah.
If you need somebody, let me know. I'll turn this shit upside down for you. We'll start making money. We'll start putting other stuff on the balls and everything out. It'll be a whole nother demographic that you guys never even thought of. It'll be like having a nut sack or a try to come macaronis. That's right. Try to come. Any one of these things. It'd be perfect.
Right.
I got the marketing skill. Let's go.
Let's do it. All right. So I brought that up because it's going to segue nicely into Anthony's. He wants to know. Hold on, let me go over. On my end, he goes, Dave, why do you always throw sarcastic shade at your daughter's bowling game? Is it intimidating that in a couple of years she'll be kicking your ass? Now, for the record. For the record.
Listen, I'm just going to walk away. Dangerous. Okay, go ahead.
I'm only assuming he's talking about my Facebook post. Because I haven't really talked about her bowling on the show.
On this show that much, right?
So if you ever showed up to a Sunday match with me and my daughter, because we're on the Adult Child League, we talk so much crap and junk to each other that's just us.
Right.
So when I post something online, she's going to see it,
right.
through either me or her mother,
right.
And it's like she gets it. That's our
fun,
our connection, having fun,
Yeah.
Because she knows, she's like, I set a goal for her this year. I've taught her since she was in the bumpers, using the bumpers. So I set a goal for her this year. You got to be 170 because next year you're going into high school. You need to be around this average. So far, we're halfway through the season. She's accomplished that. She's 171 on her Saturday league. She's almost a 170 on. She's 169. So overall, she's a 170 average in her two leagues.
It's your daughter, so I won't make the jokes.
Yeah, no. So she's kicking ass. I'm her biggest cheerleader that she has, obviously. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know it.
But we love that trash talking. It's fun.
And I know Anthony gets it, and a lot of our friends from the East Coast get it. A lot of people from the West, though, don't understand that as East Coasters, the way we show our friendship, the way we build a stronger bond is by busting each other's balls.
Yeah, right.
That's what we do. We bust each other. If I can bust your balls and you can bust my balls, then we're friends.
Yeah.
It's the people you don't bust balls with that you don't want to talk to because they're a pain in the ass, they suck, or you're afraid that you're going to hurt their feelings or anything. Get the fuck out of you. I need that I need a hole in the head. I'm here to bust balls and have fun and joke about you and myself. Make fun of me too. I'm all for it. I have a good time with it. I love going back and forth with people.
Yeah, and as far as her beating me, that's the goal. I want her to be better than me. Exactly. She's already beaten me 6 times this year, including this past Sunday. But with the trash talking, no, I'm not. She's counting. She's reminding me.
Of course she is.
So,
Dad, it's 6.
There was one time, I can't remember what the situation was, but she got me with a comeback, and I'm like, damn, that was actually pretty good. Yeah. Give her the high five for that one. Keep it moving.
Yeah. Congratulations, sweetie. You did it. Great job.
You got me.
Yes, that's awesome. All right, we got one more question, and this one came from Oscar, our special guest. So instead of you asking me, Dave, I know that he emailed it in today, he said.
Yes.
But instead of that, Oscar, you ready to come on? Welcome to the stage. Here's Oscar. Where are you, Oscar? There you are.
There he is.
All right. So my question for you today was, if you could go back in time to any event, what would it be?
When I was having sex with
Jesus Christ.
Let me when that girl, no, that's not it either. Back in time to any event. Oh, that's a good one. There's a lot of them that I'd like to go back to, not to change it, but just to witness it.
Experience it.
Yeah, just experience. I remember when I was younger, jumping over the hoods of cars. I am not trying that anymore. I'm not making it over the hood of a car, I don't believe. I haven't tried. I've seen some small cars. Maybe I can still, but we made the cars smaller. Joe, I know every once in a while brings up one of our friends. He had the old Monte Carlos with the big old, and I was able to jump over those. And I thought that was cool watching us play basketball when we were kids and stuff like that. Just like having fun, stuff like that. Being a fly on the wall when we used to play at your house, Dave. Playing video games and drinking beers and stuff like that. Like, those were all great times. But, I mean, I've had so many good, I mean, just if you watch the show, you know how many stories I've said.
Right.
And, I mean, we're just scratching the surface. We're in season 3, and there's so many. And, Oscar, you've heard a bunch of them also.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
How about going outside of your life, like an event that happened in time?
In time,
like Woodstock. Would you want to go back to Woodstock or something to see how that went down? Because
I don't know if I'd go to Woodstock. I mean, I
hang out with the hippies and get high.
I would
and
be
stuff.
having sex with everybody. That would be cool because I'd be having sex with all the hippies, listening to all the good music. So I mean, that is a positive thing. I think that would be cool.
Right.
I've always been a fan of the old school mobsters and the suits and everything else. So I think that would be cool if I could go back into time and have like a Tommy gun and like in the old school Fords and stuff like the old cars and everything. I think that would be cool. If I had an opportunity to do something completely strange and just whatever, I'd probably go with something like that.
Yeah. Just
because it would be an experience that you would never really have unless you were there.
Yeah.
My luck, I'd get there and they'd shoot me dead in fucking 2 seconds.
But just to see.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm here, shit.
I was here. He came from nowhere. Where'd this guy come from?
Exactly.
Tommy gun out. So,
all right.
I think that would be what I would go with.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, from this, let's go. Our next game. We got the Smartass.
Let's do it.
I'm a little scared. Oscar, you ready to help bail me out?
I'm ready.
That makes
I'm as ready as I can be.
Yeah, well, that's me too. All right, so we're both on the same page. All right, here we go. Let's go. Let's go over there. I'll call you when I need you, Oscar. Thank you for the question.
Sounds good.
All right. So you do have an ask, and I'm going to ask you, I think I have 6 questions.
Okay.
I'll read them off to you. I'll pull up a slide like we normally would.
Okay.
You have a 50-50 option. I'm almost like, I want to limit you on them. Maybe you have like a 50-50 limit.
2?
2. And
You're
unless
really trying to help me out on this.
Unless you totally screw up early, then we'll just throw all the rules out of the
all right, yeah,
out
that
of the
sounds
gate.
good.
And you do the one phone and Oscar.
Okay, phone and Oscar. All right, very good.
Are you ready, sir?
Never.
All right, well, I'm trying to get the music here. Hold on, there you go.
Want me to get the music? You get the slides?
I got it.
Okay.
I just had to scroll. We got too much crap.
We got a lot. We got to clean it up a little bit. Season 3 was going to do a little cleanup.
Yeah. All right, question 1. Boom. What gas makes voices sound higher when inhaled? Is it oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur hexafluoride, say that 10 times fast,
nice.
or helium?
The answer there is...
What was that? I didn't... Was that helium? Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Let's see. You are
Added a
correct, sir. All right, 1 for 1. I told you.
You really did. That's great. I'll take it.
I dumbed them down for you, buddy. Because I don't want to embarrass you. So.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. I got to be smarter on there. When you get to meet me in real life, it might be different. But for right now, we'll just keep going around.
This should be right up your alley. Which of the following is not a type of pasta? Spaghetti, escargot, fettuccine, or ziti?
Wow.
You get this wrong.
Yeah, I know. If
You
I
gotta
get this one wrong, I lose my Italian card.
Yeah.
I lose my Brooklyn card. I lose my man card. I lose everything. That would be the only French word up there. Escargot.
Which you tried when you were out
I
there.
tried in France. Oui, oui. I tried the escargot.
And you are right. It is escargot.
All right.
See the extra work I put in?
I know you got a check mark and
I
everything.
put the green check mark. Look at this, man.
Did you draw it yourself?
I did it myself, yeah.
No. No, it's awesome. Thank you.
All right, question 3.
Yes.
All right, where are you? Question 3.
Right there.
Right there. Whoop, sorry. What is the capital of England? London, Washington, D.C., Rome, or Moscow?
You did dumb it down. Okay, we'll go with we'll go with London.
Are you sure?
Well, I mean, Washington D.C. I used to know somebody who lived out there.
Mm-hmm.
I just came back from Rome, and that wasn't it wasn't
Was it in
England.
England?
It was
No.
no. And then Moscow is the vodka vodka's good in Moscow, and it's at London.
Okay. Yes, London. Good job.
All right, I'm almost embarrassed to put the cheering section in now because I'm like.
Well, see, this is why it's hard on my end to judge, because if I put something in that it's over game 1, I put Sophia the First in there, which was a layup, and you got that wrong right off.
I've never even heard of Sophia the First. Layup.
All right, number 4. You don't like my questions.
I do like your questions. I'm getting them right. I love the questions.
Which video game system does Sony produce? Xbox, Atari, Game Boy, or PlayStation?
Xbox is Microsoft. Atari is Atari, I think. PlayStation, I forget what that.
Atari is Atari.
I don't know what Atari is.
I don't know who makes Atari either, but
I don't know. Atari is Atari. I think that's who makes it. Atari. Game Boy was Nintendo. So I'm gonna go with the Sony PlayStation.
the Sony PlayStation. What? Oh, what did I do?
I don't know. I'll just do this for you.
Yeah. I'm
All right,
putting
for
it.
this one. I'm calling it Oscar whether I need him or not on this one.
Yeah, PlayStation. See, and look at my perfectly done. That is a professional check mark, buddy.
That is if I've ever seen a professional check mark, I know that that's a professional check mark. Pretty soon you're gonna have slides of all the wrong answers. So if I pick the wrong one, it's gonna have red X's through it and everything.
All right, number 5, right?
Oscar, pay attention to this question. I might need you. How many questions do we have, Dave?
6. How many?
It might not be this one. Okay.
How many continents are there? 1, 3, 7, or 20?
Wow, 20 is a lot of continents. That's a lot of continents. Like you need. Like I expected to see a 5 in there or something, like something close 8.
Well, that's the one you totally. If it's incorrect, that's the one you would just totally
Right,
off
pass
the bat
away.
push it. Yeah.
Right. Well, how many continents are there? Now it's different than the Super Nova, whatever it was. The original was just 1.
There used to be 1. Yeah.
There used to be 1. So the question are how many continents are there is the question for now. No, 7.
7. Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
You are correct. That was this was one that I thought you might throw you.
No, that one I knew. I knew that one. Sorry.
Damn. All right. Well, if that's the case,
Like,
you're
see,
gonna
you say damn because you don't want me to win. As much as you're giving me layups, you're like, I'm giving him layups, but I've seen him miss layups in basketball.
Exactly,
So maybe
yeah.
he'll miss one of these.
right. He's gonna go too confident on that one and screw it up. Put 3.
I did that one time with the bicentennial thing.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
All right. Now I feel weak. That's not it. What am I
Oh,
doing?
you
I
just showed
gave
me
you
the
the
answer.
I gave you the
Okay,
answer.
I didn't. Hold on. Let's rewind. I feel confident.
That's what I'm saying. There's too many things here. 6. Pretend you didn't see it. Who was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic? Well, I don't think Oscar saw it, so you can ask
Okay,
him.
I mean, I knew the answer anyway. Let's see if Oscar. Oscar, are you ready? All right, Oscar. Hi, Oscar. I want you to know I'm on Who Wants to Be a Smartass. I'm here with Dave, and he just asked me who is the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic, which means Atlantic Ocean. In case you weren't sure, because Dave didn't put that in. Was it Geraldine Ferraro, which was a first lady, Martha Stewart,
That's
was
the
in
only name I've
prison.
ever heard of on here. I've only heard of Martha Stewart. I literally have never heard of any of these other names before.
Okay.
And Sally Ride.
All right. Well,
Sally
if you had to
Ride.
pick one, who would you pick?
I'm gonna say a lucky guess. Amelia Earhart.
Whenever in doubt, always go with answer choice C.
Yeah, that's true. That's
true. So Amelia Earhart is her name. Earhart, not Earhart.
Earhart,
it looks like Earhart. It's Amelia Earhart, which they say went missing.
Oh, okay.
Also, she flew and she went missing too, right, Dave?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes, that is true.
That's
Okay.
So she flew and went missing, so that's a good guess. So we'll go with Amelia Earhart.
Yeah, plus because I screwed it up. There you go. Yay!
We won, Oscar! Yes!
Look.
I am a smartass.
For this time. Next time you're
this
done.
time.
Next time I'm gonna go like all $1 million questions.
Oscar, be happy that you're on this episode.
Yeah.
Next one's gonna be some stupid questions. Dave's gonna ask me questions again, like he did on the holiday special. If you haven't seen that one, Dave started asking me questions about dates and years of what year did this one
What year
come
did
out.
this happen? What year did it happen?
I don't know.
See?
Jeez Louise.
There's a no-win situation here. They're either too easy or they're too hard. I can never find the intermediate one.
Happy middle. That's where we gotta find it. What is it? You get squished like grape. Yeah. All right, Oscar, thank you for hanging out with us. I appreciate it. We're going to go finish up the show. We'll catch up with you later.
Sounds good.
All right, buddy.
Bye. All right, Dave.
Yes.
Now, for you, we're going to go into, and I'm not going to go premature this time.
Okay.
We're going to go into where did it come from? Are you
Where
ready?
did it come from? Yes.
And go. Where did it come from? This is the segment where I get key phrases that we've used for years and years and years, and most of us don't know where it came from. And today's phrase, Dave, is hit the ground running.
Okay.
Have you heard the term hit the ground running?
Yes, I have.
Have you used the term hit the ground running?
I have.
Did I tell you what it was from yet?
No, you have not.
So, now
I am intrigued.
the question for you, do you know where the term hit the ground running comes from, or do you have any guesses?
I would maybe say it's a work-related scenario that happened. I have no idea.
Okay.
That would be my guess.
Okay, it's not a bad guess. I mean, it's not right, but it's not a bad guess.
You you get a job, they catch on real quick, hit the ground running, boom.
That's right. That kind of, once you figure out why it's the way it is, it'll all make sense. So what hit the ground running actually came from was not helium. No,
not helium.
it's not helium. It's all right. Years ago, when the main mode of transportation was train, a lot of times trains would not stop at your designated area. They weren't going 100 miles an hour like they do now. They were moving at 15 or whatever miles an hour, whatever the case was, going through town and stuff. But a lot of times you would be on that train and you would be hitching the ride to the next town and you would jump off.
Okay.
If you jumped off and you didn't land correctly, you tumbled, you fell, you scraped yourself, you hurt yourself, or broke something, or whatever the case was.
So the idea is to jump and make sure you're running when you
hit
jump.
the ground running,
Yeah.
which means you jumped off the train, you hit the ground running, and you just took off.
Right.
And you were good, and you could slow down and walk or do whatever. But if you weren't running, you were tripped up and you fell and you got hurt. So hit the ground running is starting something off right from the get-go quickly and running into it so that you can achieve it.
Yeah, because if the train's only going like 10 miles an hour, you could probably accomplish that. Now when they're
Correct.
going
Now
fast
it's
they
no.
go, forget about it. You can do as much running as you want. It's not going to happen.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Back then, when they would go through the towns and stuff, they were going slow enough where you could jump on and off, and you hit the ground running. And that's where that comes from.
Nice. The more you know.
Oh, are we going to do that on every episode now?
No. There you go. All right, let's jump in real quick to the
Let's talk. Yeah, we'll talk about what the Gumas Gamas
because I want your opinion on this real quick. Let me pull it up for
while you're pulling it up. If you get the opportunity, everybody, make sure you go to TeePublic, type in shootingitstraightwdc at gmail.com, and you can grab some of our merch. We have a couple things while we're doing this. I also have monkeying around and stuff like that. We've got the logos and everything. So if you get the opportunity, please come check it out. Like I said, TeePublic, portion of all the sales goes to us, which is nice, so we can help keep the podcast going and everything else, and we appreciate the support. If you get the opportunity, take a picture of yourself, send it to Dave, put on their merch photo, and we'll bring you up on the show with us, and we'll talk about you.
Absolutely.
All right, go ahead, Dave.
So these things are they're coming up and about. Now they are from Robotics or something like that.
Okay,
you can get Go ahead.
Explain what it is before you...
It's an AI robot, basically. They're built for companionship and other stuff. Now, I'm sure that this is just the prototype. They're gonna become more in depth, as they go on. But would you drop $150,000 on this? Now, you can either get the torso, like the neck to the head, you can get a full body, or you can get one that's actually on a stand. Now, this is going to be women, no offense to them, they're going to be replaced by these things because men are going to see this
you can't say replaced. Oh my God.
You know what I'm talking about. A man is going to go.
Hold on. I got to type a banner real quick. The thoughts of Dave are not...
I can see men or guys, whatever floats your boat, going completely with this avenue, especially if they are capable of
everything,
providing everything that they want. Yes.
I'll take it one step further.
Good.
What about a woman's best friend?
It could be.
Yeah. Hey, look at that guy. I mean, the reality of it is, and we've talked about this a couple times, the reality of it is...
There's the stand.
Right. Yeah. But the reality is we've talked about how the robots pretty soon are going to change, and you're going to start using them for all aspects of your life. Not just to drop off your packages, not just to do the production line, not just to be your bedtime partner or anything. Like, it's going to take over for everything to the point where humans are going to be non-existent pretty soon.
Right.
If they take over every job, how are you going to work to pay any of your bills?
Yeah. And if you're dating an AI robot, you're obviously not going to be able to reproduce with that. So what happens to the population? It
is the beginning of, I've said it every time we talk about AI and all this intelligent stuff. It is the beginning of the end. I know Zero Cool, if you're still watching this at this point and listening, I know you love the idea. Zero Cool is a huge AI guy.
Right.
He loves everything that's coming with it. I myself am not. I am very spectacle? No, not spectacle.
Skeptical?
Skeptical. Thank you. The word was not. I was looking for it in my brain and I couldn't find the file. It's in the essence. Very skeptical about what is going to happen with all this.
Yeah.
And with skeptical, I know my wife's having a field day with that right now.
But would you want, if you were to have one of these things, would you program it to give you sass back? You know what I mean? Or would you just want one that's like total... Yeah.
It brings us right back to the beginning where if we're not busting each other's balls, we're not friends.
Right.
I mean, there's a point where you'd have to modify it maybe and say, okay, enough, bitch. Like,
right.
Okay, we good. We good.
You got to admit the temptation is there to have like something like that will just basically blow smoke up your ass 24/7. You know,
I don't want that though. I don't want that. That would be so boring to me. I know a lot of
people
humans,
would though.
A lot of humans would really they just want that positive reinforcement. They want yes men around them. They want to just, you're right. You're doing great. You're doing good. The people who usually need that are the ones that aren't doing it.
Yeah.
That's why they need it, which makes it even worse because these robots give them that false self sense of gratification.
Right.
It's scary. It's no good.
Yeah, and they're total, like, you can interchange blonde, brunette, I guess, depending on what size.
Chest size and everything
chest
else.
Size, hip size, everything's modified.
I mean, it's basically design a woman. I got to be honest, That's the only thing we've been seeing. What do you think? They're not coming up with Design a Man?
Oh, that you gotta
The
know that's
sizes
coming.
and changing of the sizes. Like, it's all coming.
Right.
Yeah.
I see what you did there. But
I mean, it's just a matter of time. I mean, it's scary. But it's the reality of it now, and it's just it's starting to happen. That's why we said with the robots a couple months ago on the other episode, we talked about the robots, and I just said you get that in a real doll and you put them together. But what are we looking at?
Right, but
exactly that.
Right, and I was totally unaware of when we were talking about that. I was unaware of this,
Yeah,
and then
I
it
didn't know
pops
about
up on
that
my
either.
thing, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then I see they're selling $150,000 for a completely AI generated whatever, dude. It's
And then there's
wild.
other ones that aren't like that don't have that body skin and everything else that they have also. That Zero Cool is showing me, and they're unbelievable too. They jump kick and everything. I'm like,
yeah.
I mean, this is ridiculous. They got pet dogs that are the robots and everything. Like,
Yeah, I bet you could
nothing's
probably
going to be real anymore.
like if you had a pet that you really loved over the course of time or whatever, you could probably have
Download
them
it
back.
and upload it and
look exactly like the dog. Show them a picture.
Well,
boom,
I know
here's your
somebody
dog.
who cloned a dog.
How do you what?
Yep.
Is this a story for another time, or could you?
We'll bring it up. We'll bring it up another time. We're 36 in. We'll bring it up another time.
You can't just drop that and then.
It's coming up next maybe next episode. We'll talk about that.
Continued.
To be continued. All right. Well, with that being said, I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Oscar, thank you for helping me win Who Wants to Be a Smartass? Yes, got him.
Not happening next time.
Thank you, Dave, for the easy questions. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
And remember, subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you think. Talk to me about the show. Talk to me about some of the other stuff. We're going to be going live soon. We're going to be collaborating with some other artists that are doing podcasts also. So this season, we're doing a bunch of new stuff. So new intros. Obviously, you've seen a couple already. We got more coming. Just keep checking us out. Subscribe. Tell your friends. Keep the ball rolling with us. And until next time, make sure you send in your questions to shootingitstraightwdc@gmail.com so you can find out what Donnie C really thinks about shooting it straight with you. Catch you guys later.
Peace, everybody.
And maybe the AI's got a sister? Maybe.